Do you ever dream of trading slush of November and your everyday office for a stunning environment like this? Imagine working remotely, sipping your morning tea with the Atlantic Ocean as your backdrop.
Hi there, I'm Heli from Finland, and as you see, I'm not in Portugal yet, but walking Topi the Poodle. I have been planning a 3-week workation in Portugal in November, and today I'm going to share with you my budget so that you can start to plan your ideal workation trip. Let's start with the highest expense, and that is accommodation. Let's think about different options. The cheapest possible accommodation would be something like a tent or a hostel with shared room. But I don't think it's fair to say I'm too old for that. Of course, I could do that, but I don't have to do anything like that. I want to have some privacy and I want to make my own decision when I'm going to sleep and when not. So I don't want to share a room with anyone. And I'm scared of sleeping in tents by myself, and my back would kill me. So I can't go that low price level. At the other end of the scale are the luxury hotels, and I don't think I'm the right customer for those either. Um, there include lots of services that I'm not gonna use anyways, and I'm not one of those people who wants to have fancy luxurious things. I just like things being safe, clean, and functional. So when I first started to make the budget, I thought about the maximum level that my living in Portugal in 3 weeks might cost, and I googled for 4-star hotel prices, and they are something like 100 to 130 euros a night. I don't know what kind of discount I could get for 3 weeks stay because it's longer than their average customer maybe stays there. But I just calculated that the maximum amount that is going to go into my accommodation is 3,000 euros. So that was my estimated cost. But what is the real cost now that I have already booked the places to stay? Let's see. I'm going to stay first 3 nights in Lisbon, and that is like my holiday part of this trip. So for Lisbon, I booked a hotel that was around 100 euros a night. That's around 300. Then I will travel to Cascais and work remotely from there for 2.5 weeks. For remote work, I wanted to have something else than a basic hotel room. So what I ended up finding was a co-working motel. And that means that I will have my own bedroom, my own bathroom, but then I will work on shared co-working spaces. So this is a perfect combination so that I can meet other people. I'm not so isolated and alone, but I can also use my own room when I need to have some meetings in silence or something like that. And this place also includes internet connection, and I checked that they have air conditioning so that there will be some heating on winter months. And because I was an early booker, I booked this accommodation in January. Although I'm going there in November, they promised me a good discount, and I'm paying around 1,000 euros for the whole stay. For the privacy reasons, I'm not sharing the exact dates and places I'm going to stay in. But once I come back from that trip, I will be happy to share that information with you. So subscribe to hear my experiences of these places. So my accommodation costs for a 3-week stay in Portugal ended up being around 1,300 euros. What other costs will I have, and what do I need to budget? Well, of course, flights. I have already booked the flights. Flights from Finland to Portugal costed 360 euros. Then I have budgeted 600 euros for other transportation costs. These costs are something like public transportation tickets. I'm going to take a train from Lisbon to Cascais maybe many times. And then I want to rent a bike, maybe for a whole 2 weeks. And then I'm planning to rent a car for a weekend or two. So that's why I book 600 euros for this use. Next category is food. Breakfast will be included in my accommodation price. So I think that I will eat dinner out, and then my lunch and snacks I will buy from local grocery shops. I don't know the local cost level, but I think that everything will be much cheaper than here in Finland. But just to be sure, I budgeted something like 250 euros a week for food. So that is about 35 euros a day. I estimate that I can eat out in a nice, not in some Michelin star restaurant, but basic restaurant. Food and drinks, maybe 20 euros, and then I would have 15 euros for lunch and snacks. Last category is activities, and that is the thing that I have no idea yet what that is gonna be. But what I'm planning to do is join some local events, maybe find some creative people I can go work with, maybe visit some local parks, museums, make day trips. So I want to have a possibility to experience stuff while I'm in Portugal. Maybe join a local cooking class or whatever. So I've budgeted 1000 euros for this kind of activities, but the reality of how much things will cost, we will find out once we are there, right? So counting all these expenses together, cost of my remote work period in Portugal will be around 4000 euros. Costs that are not included in my estimations are things like traveling insurance, since I already have an insurance that is all year around cost, so I will not have any new insurance for this trip. I don't need any extra vaccinations. Maybe if you come from another area of the world, you might need some vaccinations, but I don't need. And I don't need any visas or something like that. So, well, actually, I had to renew my passport, but I'm going to use that passport for other traveling as well. So I don't put it in these costs. So maybe these are things that you have to think about if you come outside Europe. I will be documenting planning of this trip and also all the events that will happen there and all the costs, real costs, on my blog that I will link in the description. So if you want to see how this goes in reality and you want to read about it even before I'm going to publish that video after the trip, you can start following the blog, and then you know. This was my budget. Let's see how the trip turns out. Wish me luck. And please ask questions if you feel like I didn't explain something. See you.